Yo, come inside of me. It's Tony. How are you? It's Free Ball Friday. I'm picking wedgies. I'm here for you. Gosh, that just reminded me about how often I've watched a man like pick at his balls. You know, there's like this like pulling, I think, that happens when the balls stick to the thigh skin. Is that what's happening? Like, why is there this gesture that guys do when they like pick at the ball? Is it the dick? Is the dick on the wrong side of the pant seam? Or is the balls attached or like sticking to the thigh? Um, the texture of a ball sack feels prime for sticking. Like they could have given y'all different skin, like a thicker skin. Why is the skin so papery, so creepy? It's like the you know when an old person has like that neck. Why is the ball sack with that like thin, crepey skin? Like that actually makes zero sense. Why isn't like a thick skin? Like a labia is thick, you know, or like what is the butt part of the vag called? Like the main like the thing that makes it look like a butt. Those things, those are thick, you know what I mean? Like the front butt part. Why are balls so thin? All right, I would like a I would like a word with the Darwin. No, who knows about evolution? Explain to me the evolutionary benefit of these thin ass ball skin. It's not clear to me. Um, Also, it would make more sense to have the balls on the inside. The reason why the balls are on the outside, I think, is so women can protect themselves from men more. And that's why we're socialized to think that like kicking someone in the balls is the worst thing that we could possibly do. You are told to never do that, but like maybe we should be doing that all the time. I'm not saying that we should go around abusing men that aren't doing anything wrong, but like I think there should be like courses on how to rip off testicles because they are there to be the thin skin feels like it's there for a reason. All right, that's where my head went with that wedgie pick. Someone who knows more about evolution, feel free to write me about this thin-skinned ball phenomenon. All right, I have a couple things to say before we get started on the pod. First of all, you know, I just check, sometimes I check my phone and I don't read comments, but what happens is that I get, like when I go to the notifications on my phone, like they don't come up. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't get any notifications on my phone. However, if I open my phone, there is like the page where the comments are. And I go to that page because that page shows you how many people have shared your video. And I don't look at analytics. I don't see who's following me or not following me because to be honest, like people unfollow me every day. And then people follow me every day. So it's like if I get wrapped up in the follow unfollow thing, I think it's like not good for one's mental health. Because you're like, why did 200 people unfollow me today? Probably because of something I fucking said. I mean, truly, like, I've definitely had like major unfollows, but then I've had the follows. So if I just never look at my analytics, I don't know who's following or unfollowing. I just like keep living my life. I think it's for the best. But sometimes I like to see if my video is getting shared because that gives me the intel of like, oh, people are finding value from this. And that I want to know. I want to know if my videos provide value, I guess, or maybe it's an ego thing. Who knows why I'm looking at that? But that is the one thing I look at. Anyway, long story long is that's how I see comments is because on that page, you'll see like, you know, the first like 30 comments or whatever, and then you won't really see anymore. You'd have to like dig into the video to get the comments. But this one guy, he looked friendly. He had like a nice smile on his profile. And he was like, thank you so much for making this video. And I always think it's cool when like a guy comments on like a feminist video in a positive way, or so I thought, because I'm like, you know me, I love these feminist men. I'm just hot for feminist men, just from an emotional, spiritual, not sexual way, but like I'm genuinely like, I'm spiritually excited about feminist men. I think they're the most interesting men on the planet. So, I'm like, oh, cool, feminist man. It was the video I made about marriage, if marriage was really beneficial to women. I did an interpretive dance about it. I'm wearing a Joy Division t-shirt if you haven't seen it. It's a Joy Division t-shirt and black pants. It's a couple videos back. He's like, thank you for making this video. So I was like, oh, cool, what do you have to say? Then he was basically like, That way I know who the fucking crazy bitches are and we know how to like steer clear from you, you dumb fucking cunt. He didn't say that, but he was like, thank you for making this video because now I know to steer clear from you and women like you because you're like a dumb bitch or whatever. And I was like, okay. Okay, sir. Because at first I had these like warm feelings towards this smiling man, and then I was like, and then I of course responded, thank you for this comment because now I know that you're someone who's unable to critically think and you are a tool of the deep state, you know? Like, thank you for that. Thank you for your contribution of voicing your opinion about my opinion because it just made it clear to me that you're a fucking conformist. So get a life. I'm having a hard time with my comments because someone comes at me, I come at them. I can't help it. It's like my fingers just go off on their own, you know? The level of sarcasm I exhibit towards these men, I don't know if it's the right thing. Is it healing them or is it just further inflaming their flame? I don't know. I'm trying, y'all. I'm trying. I don't want to push people over the edge of their own fucking edgelording. But sometimes it's like you can't help it because of some cunty comment. You have to be a cunt back. I'm still working on my healing, y'all. I am not a nun. Cause also fuck you. You know what I mean? But also LOL. Because he did trick me. Cause I was like, wait, what? And then I was like, hey, wait a minute, sure. I didn't think you were gonna go there with it. But also, like, fuck you. You're an idiot. All right, anyway, moving on. But like, okay, people disagree with me. That respect. I understand that they disagree. The reason why I'm having a hard time respecting people who disagree with me is because you're just like, why are you deep throating the deep state? That's what I want to understand. It's like, you think it's cool to deep throat the deep state? You think it's cool to like be obsessed with institutions that were designed to oppress you? You think it's cool to defend a system that is literally and figuratively and metaphorically and emotionally and in spiritual senses, like not only designed but manufactured for your own social control, and you're defending that? You're like, no, I like being my mind controlled. I like having my mind controlled by the puppeteers. So it's just like, truly, I'm having a hard time relating to you. Also, there's like all these like women right now who are going off about feminists, and they're like, I like being this kind of woman. I like being a traditional wife. I like being all these things. By the way, I'm on social media. And it's like, lady, it's because of feminism that you have a platform of social media. You think if we didn't have feminism, they would have let women have social media accounts? What? Are you serious? You and like the women who are like political pundits, and they're like, oh, these feminists fucking nah, 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 like these conservative values. And it's like, you wouldn't be a political pundit, my dude, if it wasn't for feminism. You get it? Like, do you get it? Can you put a puzzle piece together? You could at least say like, oh, I like that feminism gave me this platform to sell my homemade yeast bread that I made from the yeast of my own vagina that I'm now selling to other trad wives on the TikTok. I enjoy that feminism has given me this opportunity, and still fuck those feminist bitches. Fine. You can say that. I can respect that. But at least understand that feminism is what's giving you the voice. Because without feminism, you would be silenced. Do you understand? Do you understand, ladies? Please send that to a lady who doesn't understand. Maybe I need to make a video about that. Someone remind me to make a video about that. All right, what I want to talk about today is joy. I wanted to talk about joy. I want to talk about ecstatic joy and its place in the revolution. All right, so I just did a session with someone, a creative coaching session, which you should book. I'm so good at them. I like truly, she was like, this has changed my entire perspective. She cried. Like, this is good. I don't know. I don't know how to tell you. An hour with me will change your life. I'm not just saying that out of false confidence. Like, every time I spend an hour with someone working with them, either on their somatic stuff or on their creative coaching, they leave being a different person. I'm not giving this work so you like come back to me over and over and over and over again and we form some relationship where you're like stuck with me. No. I actually only want to see you like once or twice. Like maybe a little more, but maybe not. Maybe I only want to see you once. Maybe you only need 1 hour with me, but I really refuse to believe that an hour with me won't change your life for the better. I actually know it will. So creative coaching with me, somatic work with me. If you're like, what is somatic work? You just have to understand we're going to get into your body. We're going to move your body and you're going to heal parts of your body and your mind and your spirit and your psyche in tandem with me. I don't just sit there and watch you and judge you like some fucking, I don't know, who watches and judges. I don't do that. I participate with you. I do the work with you. We do it in tandem. It's a collaborative community of tandem work that we are co-creating. And I am healing along with your healing. But that collective healing is why I get all the downloads. Because I get some downloads about people. And I do that because I don't know, the process is like, oh, let's get into the mud. Let's get into the mud together. And then let's dance in the mud. And then we come out reborn. Me too. That's why I love this work. So anyway, do a creative session with me, do a somatic session with me. I guarantee you won't be the same person. If you are, you won't be. I mean, obviously we're always changing anyway, but you'll change in like a deeper, profound way. So why I wanted to talk about ecstatic joy is a couple reasons. Look, we all know the concept of toxic positivity, right? This is how I understand toxic positivity is you're denying education and you're denying information in order to preserve a sense of reality that doesn't threaten you. That is what toxic positivity is, right? So you're like, oh, I don't want to learn about genocide because, like, I don't want to do anything about it. I don't want to learn about this stuff. So everything's love and light. Everything's love and light because, like, if I think about ice too much, it makes me uncomfortable because I'm, like, not doing anything about ice. If you are watching these ice videos of people just, like, taking away parents of children and you are not moved, you are not concerned, you do not feel anything, if you would feel like, yeah, get them, I'm going to implore you to go to a cardiologist because you're going to have major issues with your heart in the next 5 years. I don't know what to tell you. You're going to have heart problems. All right. So with the joy aspect, when we have toxic positivity, it is basically an addiction and an attachment to not involving yourself and not feeling responsible or culpable and giving yourself, I mean, there's obviously the term spiritual bypassing, right? It's like you're giving yourself a pass to be like, well, when I think about it, it upsets me. Thinking about it is not what's upsetting you. It's the reality that you're not doing anything. That's what's actually upsetting you. And so that's why you don't want to think about it because you're not going to do anything. So that is, I think, the roots of toxic positivity. What I'm talking about is embodied joy. And embodied joy, ecstatic joy, is the most important tool of the revolution. And I'm going to talk about it from a spiritual perspective and from a practical perspective. Y'all know what entities are? Entities, I mean, we can think about entities in a lot of different ways. You can think of them as interdimensional beings. You can think of them as a consciousness. You can think of them as a humanoid, right? I like to think of an entity as a consciousness that is manifested through an interdimensional being. But like, I think that grape consciousness, right? That is a consciousness. That is an entity that attaches itself to someone. Greed is an entity that attaches itself to someone. Materialism, these are entities. They aren't random and they're going to impact your behavior. These entities, this consciousness, this energy. So when you are actively embodying joy, and joy is like taking up space in your physical body, in your cells, in your tissue, in your muscles, in your organs. When joy is the buoyancy of your physical makeup, the energy of joy, then these entities will not have room in your aura and in your body and in your psychic space. They actually won't have room to infiltrate you. Do you get what I'm saying? So if you were to think of like your physical body and your energetic body, I mean, think if you want to think about it from the most scientific standpoint, you have atoms, right? But what is between the atoms? And then you have, well, an atom isn't the smallest thing, Tony. A quark is. Fine. What is between the quarks? What is between the strings in string theory? What is the fabric, the space between? What is the space between the stars? Dark matter is not understood by science, and it is like 96% of our universe is dark matter. We don't get it, don't know what it is. Most of our universe is space. It's space. And we don't really understand what space is. But I'm going to tell you what space is. It's fucking energy. It's the intangible energy. Yeah? I'm sure I'm not the only one who thinks that. So, if you were to, it's like there's like some crazy statistics. Like if you were to take all this space out of the universe, the actual matter would be like the size of a golf ball. Like there is not a lot of matter, not a lot of tangible matter. I don't know if you can hear me doing that. Space is everything. Space is everywhere. What is space but energy? So if you were to think about the space between your cells and your tissues and all of these things and the quarks and the strings and the yada yada, however you break down the smallest aspect of yourself, the space between that, that is the energy. And when that energy is filled with the joy consciousness, the joy entity, the joy energetic field, there will be no space for the other shit. Get what I'm saying? This is why joy is so important. The other reason why joy is so important is because with joy, there is a contagious element because all energy is contagious. Yes, all energy is viral. All energy impacts the energy around it. It's like when someone comes over and they're in a bad fucking mood. How do you protect yourself from someone being in a bad mood? You maintain your joy. And if you don't maintain your joy, guess what? Their bad mood is going to spread into you like a gonorrhea or a syphilis or a genital wart or what other STDs are there? There's more. You know what I'm saying, right? A gonorrhea of the soul. So I also heard that all STDs are from men fucking or raping animals, graping animals, excuse me, that the STDs come from animal grape. I looked it up on the internet. Some people disagree, some people agree. It's kind of, I don't know. I think the people that disagree are maybe just the covering up the animal grape and the connection to diseases. But it's definitely worth looking into. Do your own research. I'm not your fucking research bitch, but it is worth looking into. And just conceptually, we do know that animal grape happens, and it's probably not good. Probably not good for your dick. And then you're going to use your dick and give it to a human woman, and that's how shit's going to spread. So, I'm not saying women don't grape animals, but I think it's very rare, and it happens in pornography. And I guess Queen Catherine used to grape horses, but why am I talking about this? I'm so upset right now. There's nothing that upsets me more than animal grape. I mean, human grape, but animal grape really, I can't even, my eyes are closed. Like, it makes me uncomfortable. I hate the concept. I'm not, why did I do this to us? I hate that I did this. Let's get out of this. Okay, joy. All right. So, this is why we need joy. And joy is not a denial of reality. Joy is the emotion that gives you the energy to actually be in action about reality. Right? And if we, I was talking about contagion. Yeah, that's it. Okay, sorry. I gotta let it go. Let it go, Tony. Let it fucking go. The problem is I get an idea in my head and my brain chews on it and I can't quite lose the image. I feel sick. All right. But, The contagion of joy is so much better than the contagion of all the. I can't, y'all. I'm dying. I feel it in my heart and in my chest. Like, I do feel like gagging, and I know that me gagging might make you gag. I don't know where you are. You could be cooking dinner, you could be in the car, and if I start gagging, you're gonna start gagging. But my desire not to gag is like actually making me have to gag even more. I am upset. All right, so we want the contagion of joy. And we all know that energy has a contagious effect. Okay, I'm done. I'm moving on. All right. So this is why joy is so important. It's why it's an act of the revolution. Okay, I can get back on track. It's because if you're just going around thinking about things, you're going to get fucking depressed, right? If you're just going around thinking about ICE and thinking about genocide and thinking about these things and you're not actually doing anything, you're going to get depressed. And that is what they want. Depression is the prevailing ethos that the deep state wants, okay? I'm not even going to call it the elites anymore because elite is implying hierarchy. I'm going to call it the deep state. Deep dick, the deep state. Yeah, I'm thinking of brands right now. I have been thinking about my coffee brand a lot, y'all. And like, because it is happening, I'm really debating the brand name of the coffee because I want it to be, I mean, obviously Tony's Butt Mud makes me laugh on a visceral level, but I also have like a message beyond diarrhea to share with the world. And coffee, it's like, I feel like it doesn't only give you diarrhea, you know, and it doesn't exclusively give you diarrhea. There's plenty of times where you're not going to experience it. So I'm having like a bit of a branding crisis because it's becoming real. Like the coffee is coming. My coffee is coming. Second coming of my coffee. Oh man. But I just have to come up with the perfect brand name, and I'm questioning myself because I want it to be. The coffee's really good. I want to do it justice, and I want people who don't necessarily know me or care about my butt to drink this coffee. But maybe I don't know, y'all. You have to help me. Okay, so where am I at? Where am I at? Where am I at? Oh yeah, action. The thing about action is that is what's, the depression. Okay, yeah. They want us depressed. The deep state wants us depressed because depression does not ignite action. It really doesn't. Toxic positivity does not ignite action. That's why they like it. And depression, it's really hard to act when you're depressed. It's like you're literally depressing. You're pressing the self down. You're depressing. And it is a depression of emotion. It's not that you're not feeling emotion. It's like that you're taking the emotion and you're like pushing it down. So it's the absence of processing emotion. That's what depression is. So when we think about action takes place in joy. Because what is joy? Joy is a spark, right? Marie Kondo, she talks about sparking joy. I mean, she came up with that idea, but I think she did. Yeah, right? But it does have a spark to it. Joy has fire energy. It has something to it that is springing one into action. And that is why when you are motivated by joy, when joy is taking up space in your body, that is going to move you to action, move you to boycott. Also, I keep thinking of boycott. There's a joke there. There's a joke for me with boycott and boycock. I haven't quite mastered it yet, but it's percolating. You can boycott companies. You can protest. You can actively help people who are being detained and arrested and kidnapped by ICE. You can send money to people in Gaza. Oh my fucking God, please. Like, they're stuck there. Y'all know they're stuck. It's not like it's like, why don't they leave? They can't. They cannot leave. It's very hard to leave. So remember, there is a link on my bio in my linky tree. If you want to help Aya, she's pregnant. She's pregnant. She has a daughter. She's stuck in Gaza. Like, you can help her. So there's all these ways in which you can help. There's actually so many ways that you can be in action. The internet is filled with them. And if you are in action, then you will be in joy. It's like if you have joy, the joy will spark action. And if you are doing something, you will have more joy. It's a feedback loop of joy. You know how I like to talk about that snake eating itself out. That's what you will be. You will be a self-cunnilingus snake by being in a joy vortex. And that is why joy is really important. And so when I was doing the creative coaching, back to fucking me, I was talking to this woman who has written a book, and she had this like kind of thinking that like that her trauma was what made her interesting, or her story, the story of her trauma was why she was interesting. And it's like, no, 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 no. You're interesting. You happen to experience trauma. And you are going to tell that story in an interesting way because you are in a process of healing. And the fact that you healed from this trauma is very interesting, but you are the interesting one. It's not the trauma that makes us interesting, you know? It's actually the joy that you found despite the trauma. That is what's interesting. You see what I'm saying here? So it's like, we are traumatized, we are traumatizing, we are witnessing trauma, but none of that is interesting. It's the alchemy of turning it into joy. That is what's interesting. That is what's compelling. Our healing process, our process to joy, that when we operate from a place from joy, that is what ignites action, and it ignites. Jesus, Mother of Christ, ignites. Wait, Jesus is not the mother of Christ. I don't even, I was just saying words at my own words, Stumble City. But you get what I'm saying, is that like when we allow ourselves to be in this space of total joy, then we can share ourselves, our traumas, our stories, our healings in a place that people can hear, in a place that people can heal, from a place that people can relate to, from a place that people can aspire to. And you're not always going to be in joy. I mean, we all know I wake up in total despair, but I find joy throughout the day. Yeah, it's like a little hide and seek. Joy is my G-spot. Joy is the clitoris of my life, and I am a man. And I'm like, where is it? Are you sure it's there? Is it even real? And then eventually I'm like, oh, there you are, Joy. I heard about you. I am a man, and that is joy. That is my relationship for joy. But I find it eventually. I figure it out, and I finger the joy until, yes. And then I have to do that again every fucking morning. I have to find it again. So I'm not saying joy isn't elusive. I'm not saying that joy is just like, dick in the wind, easy to fucking access constantly. No, it's hidden between some flaps and some folds. But it's there. It is there. The joy is there. All right, I think this was a good podcast. This is why joy is revolutionary. Ecstasy is revolutionary. I know there is a activist, Adrienne Marie Brown. I actually went to college with her. I was not friends with her, nor was she friends with me, but we went to the same college, so that feels like a connection. There was no reason not to be friends, except for the fact that I was like antisocial in college, kind of a little bit. I was so social in high school, I like didn't trust the social anymore. And I was going to a very the type of school I was going to, I was like, I got to do my homework, I didn't have time to be social. But Adrienne Marie Brown talks about pleasure activism. Pleasure activism is also a vibe. But for me personally, in my Puritan blood, I'm not even a Puritan, but being raised in New England, I'm a Hungarian. I'm not Puritan at all, but I have pilgrim conditioning. I have New England conditioning. Pleasure doesn't relate. I don't relate to pleasure. Pleasure, I'm like, I find pleasure pulling a plow in the morning, I find pleasure through hard work and accomplishment. Like, my relationship to pleasure has nothing to do with rest. Every time people are like, well, you should rest, I'm like, I don't feel comfortable. Resting is not for me. I don't like it. Resting actually hurts my body. Sitting on a couch for more than an hour, I'm incredibly sore. Resting is not my imprint. My imprint is to be a New England woman who works 15 hours a day and then sleeps and then wakes to work again. So pleasure activism, I think you should look into it. I think you should read it. I think you should support Adrienne Marie Brown. She's a dope ass human being and thinker and philosopher and activist. However, the word pleasure makes me very uncomfortable. Joy, I can get down with because I can be joyful as I work. I mean, I guess I could be pleasure as I work too, but pleasure, there's something about pleasure to me that I have to unpack. I have to unpack the white supremacy around the word pleasure because probably it's definitely white supremacy thinking that's like locking up pleasure. You know how white people, their hips are always locked. You know, we should go into the hips. I want to do a whole episode about hips. I have so much to say about the hips, it's actually banana pants. So I'm going to do a little work around pleasure. That's going to be my homework. And also, y'all work around joy. And if pleasure comes easily to you, goddess bless you. Which is so funny because we all know I'm a come quick Sally. But because I work hard. I work hard to come quick and then I move on to get more work done. It's the Capricorn in me, y'all. I can't just go around being in pleasure. The Capricorn in me just actively rejects that. I have to, I don't know, maybe my Pisces rising can get into the pleasure, my Aquarius Venus. I mean, you'd think my Aquarius Venus and my Taurus moon, so sensual. The Capricorn in me is so loud. All right, are you supporting my Patreon? Don't be a fucking dick. Support my Patreon. Thank you so much. Thank you. What else was I gonna say? When you support my Patreon, you get a lot of access to me. I really think access to me will change your life in the best way possible. I'm not just saying that. I believe it. And why do I have so? I realize that sometimes being confident really is a turnoff to people with respect. I am not confident about myself, by the way. I am just confident in my ability to be a good friend to you. That is what I am most confident about. If you don't think I'm very insecure about me, you are wrong. I am. But I am confident that I can be a good friend. That I know. I'm confident in my parenting, and I'm confident in my friendship, and I'm confident in my ability to be a channel to your higher self and my higher self because I've just been doing that for quite some time. And the channel is open, and that has nothing to do with me. So nothing I'm offering you has anything to do with me. It actually just has to do with my open channel and your open channel and our channel's channeling. So it's not about me. If you're like, why is this bitch so confident? I'm not. I just have an open channel that I am confident in, which is the channel to source. Hello. Ooh, I just saw a wasp. Maybe that was a message for me. I don't know, but if you don't like a confident woman, don't worry, I'm not. Why is that? I mean, I sure know that guy in the video, my video commenter. The thing is that I never get a response. It never goes back and forth, which I feel is like kind of sad. Oh, here comes the wasp again. He says a comment, I say a comment, and then it's just like dead in the water. And I'm like, where's our banter? Why aren't we going back and forth? But then also I might be like missing these messages because I don't know if Instagram shows me the messages that when it goes back and forth, you know? I just don't know. I don't know. I'm not for everyone. I'm not for everyone. I'm confident about that I'm not for everyone. But share this podcast. Will you share the fucking podcast? I don't know how long I'm going to do this for because this is a lot of work and I have to just figure out whether or not it's worth it. I don't know. So if you want me to keep doing it, you got to fucking share it. That's what you got to do. If you want me to keep fucking doing this, share this motherfucking podcast. All right, that sounds like a plan. And also, do a one-on-one session with me. Go to write your questions to comeinsideofmepodcast.com, tonynaj.com. You go to my link tree. Everything's there. Make a session with me. Everything's there. All right, I love you. Also, I am finally getting a calendar where you can just book the session without emailing me first. But the email exchange is half the fun, honestly. But you're going to be able to just book a session with me soon. I've almost just figured out how to streamline something to make it slightly easier for myself. Go motherfucking figure. All right, I love you. Oh, wait. Go see Grape Culture. Don't fuck around. See Grape Culture in Boston. See Grape Culture in Philly. See Grape Culture in Seattle. And guess what? Pretty sure I'm coming to Portland, bitches. Also, all the tickets are on my Linky tree. Except for Seattle and Portland. They'll be coming out next week. And wait. Listen to me. Oh, Pump Your Pelvis Against the Patriarchy, October 5th, New York City. A night of stand-up with my girl Bridget Barkin. We're going to do 2 original songs. One of them is called Big V Energy. The other one we're going to write. And then maybe Bridget Barkin will end the show with another little ditty. That's her own. But we're going to do 2 duets together. Okay, and then you're going to get a night of stand-up. You're going to pump your pelvis against the patriarchy. And I'm going to bring fucking merch. Hello. Okay, I love you. Bye.